And it's very genuine what the teachers are talking about. In fact, sometimes when people listen to me, they might think that I'm a trade unionist, because what they want is just. And I'm just going to focus on what I think is very important. What is very important is the money. Who doesn't want money today? Everybody wants money. And how much do the teachers earn to expect them to have 2/3 or 1/3 of their salary? No, it's unjust. And I've always asked the question, which other corps in the Cameroonian civil service is earning part of their salary rather than the full salary? And I don't have the right answer. It's only the teachers. Why the teachers? Why should teachers have half of their salaries? For 5 years, 10 years, you know, as long as that. No. And I think that the head of state has done a very excellent thing for us today, as is usually his case, especially when it concerns the young, because these teachers are teaching the young people. And the head of state is concerned about that. You know, I have the user service. My colleague and I, we are the user services. We only use the teachers. We don't classify them. Even classifying them, we don't. We don't pay them. But the point is that we cannot use services, people in those services, when they are unhappy, because their performances will not be optimal. And that is why we join them in saying, there is something wrong here. Let us look at it. Now, and what I want to tell them is that I don't think the government means any harm. Because when this 50% or more or whatever came in, it was mainly to help the teachers. This whole idea started when they thought that the teachers cannot be going to far-off places without any money in their pockets. And so this half salary started. So it was a good idea, intending to make the teacher have a little bit of money when he starts off in far-off places. But the point is, you know, when somebody owes the debt and they pay part of it, they don't remember that there's another part that has to be repaid. You know, people who owe money, it's very good to have the other part in your pocket, but forget that you have to pay another part. That is what has happened. And so they have forgotten that the teacher's balance is waiting to be paid. And this has not been paid. I don't know why. So the teachers have a just reason. And the ministers of education have a just reason to tell them, yes, be quiet, let us follow this thing the way we can follow it and see. And if you ask us, they think that we are against them, that we are not following them. That's a pity. It means that you don't know what is really happening. I meet with the trade unionists every week, once a week on Wednesdays. And it's an open forum because it's a Zoom meeting. And so everybody can listen to it. I want to seize the opportunity to thank the trade unionists who have been following the discussions with MINESEC. And so they have done a wonderful job because we have continued to do that. In fact, if anybody had followed my method, I think that we would not be here today. Because today is digitalization, no other method. We cannot use ordinary hands-on kind of thing to treat so many files. The files are too many. I have inside here, I have 155,559 decisions signed. But decisions, is that money? It's not money. The teachers want money, not the decisions. Okay? So it's important that we follow that. And I said, I'll give you an instance, because the Minister of Administrative Reforms and we sat down and said, all these certificates that people are asking from Cameroonians, you want to take an exam, you have certificates to, certificates that you must give. You want to go to school, you have certificates that you must certify. Everything you want to do, you must certify. You certify the same certificates over and over again, and not for nothing, for money. And I said, what we needed to do was to digitalize, so that when you do it once, you don't have to do it again. Because when you do it again, you're certainly going to change something, and that is what gives room to corruption and all that type of thing. But unfortunately we didn't follow it through. Now the head of state is telling us we have to do it. Is digitalization. Whether people like it or not, you cannot use methods of 18th century in the 21st century. It will not work. And so that is the problem of today. And so once the head of state has said digitalization, I am so happy, because any ministry that doesn't want to get into it has a problem. We have to get into it. Why can we have so many files and nobody is really telling us, when are you going to pay the teachers? A calendar of activities for the payment. That calendar, we're going to have it today. And I think that some of the other people will have it. So I have been trying to put in the digitalization method. And that has made me very unpopular, which I don't care that much, because take the Momo point, for instance. People were paying so much money to send their children to school. Nobody really knew how much you would pay. People were paying millions to get a position in Minesec, to become a principal. It was not for nothing. And now when I said, put it on the table, everybody goes and pays what the government says that they should pay. That is the digitalization. Or that you put the certificates, everybody does the same thing and everybody has the same thing. That is digitalization. Therefore, it is something which we are going to follow, and I don't think there will be any problem about that. As you can see, we also started distance education, fighting against COVID. And we have succeeded, because our children, while in Europe, people are still debating, should they open schools? Should they not open schools? And here, it's as if we never had COVID. The education system is going on and on and on as though we didn't have COVID. Again, I congratulate the teachers for that achievement. So there is that. And then we started the clean school, which is a concept that goes all around, from moral to environmental to all of that. Being clean and getting everybody clean. And it is going on. And some of the schools, it's not all the schools that are changing, but most of the schools are changing. So there is a lot of change that is coming on. And I think that with digitalization, more is going to come on. The head of state has done us good. And we have to be thankful to him for this move that he has taken. I think that we are on the point of getting into a new era. The new era is that the teachers have to be satisfied what they are looking for. We have to debate and get what the teachers want. That is all what I'll say, especially the methodology. Minesec has nothing to do with these teachers apart from taking them and distributing them to different schools. As I said, we don't even classify them. They are trained in the Minesup schools. Minesup, sends them to us, and we now send them to public service and to finance. Therefore, even that part of it, why should they come to Minesec if we don't have really anything substantial to do with their papers? As I tell you, I received this, files from Mara ENS some of them yesterday. Why? What do I have to do with that? And then I have to see and then send it to him and send it to him. There's no point. There's a lot of waste of time. The circuit is too long. Whereas the teachers can actually have their salary within a month or two at most. So things have to change. The 21st century is not the 18th century. We have to change. And as I tell you, I think that nobody can challenge me in running educational matters because I know what I'm doing. And therefore, we are going to make the teachers proud. We have to do that and see whether the money can follow them as they do their job. That's what we want.
So I just want to say, Madam, that government has listened to their cry. Measures have been taken. The urgency now is the call to resume classes.
So much. And I want to thank the teachers. No, there are some who did not follow. It depends. People have different agendas. Let's not follow them. But those who are really following I want to thank them. So many schools did not follow them, but others did. And I want to thank them. As I said, especially the trade unions, because they are with us every week, and we are looking into every problem. We have even started looking at the transfer of spouses already in our weekly meetings. So let me get my teachers back. Teachers, please come back. Don't go to the streets. There's no need to go to the streets because the head of state is listening. You know, let us cut out the parts that we don't need, and let's do what we need to shorten the circuit. Thank you very much.